another ironic introduction to another video. Nothing crazy today, just crazy bored. Literally the extent. Got a couple quests left here. Don't mind the Annihilus that's just chilling there. I was playtesting. Couldn't get what I wanted out of him, so we'll go back and we'll try that again later. But for now, let's start ticking away at this uncollected event. One path left on this quest. Guess I should have checked. How's it going, Stouffer? John Garcia, good to have you both here. Just enjoying the grind, man. Every waking second of the never-ending grind. Marvel Contest of Champions has me as slave to their game. You already got milestones for 3-star featured, 100,000 points left in the 4-star basic. Dude, I'm similar. I've already got my milestones for the 4-star featured, and I'm almost done with the 4-star basic as well. So, I'm right there with you. See, Capitan. You're looking at... looks like variant 4. I'm a voluntary slave. I'm an indentured servant, Stouffer, I guess is the more accurate term. How's it going, Solar Flare? Hopefully the grind is treating you well as well. Let's see. Just chilling, testing Tuesday, Thursday, 2 more days. Good luck with the testing, John. What are you testing through? True, I slave more at college and on the game, or possible both, lol. Stouffer, I feel you. College is its struggle of its own. I'm so glad I don't have to go back. Just realized how good the rewards are for 5.4, and doing it isn't that hard either. Yeah. Harry, that's why pretty much everybody who talks about progression, they say do 5.1, then 5.4. Like, just the return rate on those rewards is so high. How's it going, America? Just hanging out, my dude. Hanging out. It's just a good old grind. Yeah, 5.4 was intense back in the day. Everyone had a 5-star Medusa, and I had to use a 4-star Medusa for the Ultron fight. Dude, that's rough. I do remember that Ultron being a little annoying. I don't remember too much about the 5.4 Ultron. Is that the Ultron fight where he like cycles through 3 different buffs? Power gain, big damage, and big heal, and like you can't debuff him, otherwise he triggers the buff. It's been a long time, man. Goes to show how much of an impression 5.4 left on me, man. I'm already jaded. Yep, that fight. Alright, cool. Well, I did happen to remember it at least. You're tempted to rank 4 your 4-star Loki just to have some fun, but clear is around the corner in Arena. Ooh. I mean, hey, if we're talking about fun, that Ultron drone is really, really fun to take down with Loki. No lie. I think it's that Ultron drone. Used a rank 4 5-star Cap, rank 2 Ghost Rider, 4-star maxed 4-star Blade, and Starkey. Rank 4 4-star Quake. So you think that a lot harder. You didn't make it today, first, Vio. No, that's okay, Vio. You can't be first every time, but just know that if you ain't first, you're last, man. That's just how it is. I don't make the rules. Talladega Nights do. I have to drop the movie reference so that you guys don't think I'm just an asshole. I mean, I am, but I don't want you to think I'm only that. You were literally just doing the same path I was now. But Adam, did you get afraid of the long shot and switch to Arena so that the world doesn't have to see you fail? No, I'm just kidding. I'm not afraid of the long shot. I just wanted to burn enough energy to get to the Arena grind. Alright, this is the Namor fight. Drop crit. Trying 4-star clear a bit yesterday. Now I want a 5 at 6-star. She seems so good. Yeah, Solar Flare. She's pretty great. She feels kind of expensive to run, in my opinion. I feel like she's not as great without suicides. And I feel like she's not as great without at least a couple points in Mystic Dispersion. You don't need Mystic Dispersion because, you know, you can get proper power gain using the immunities and then just like hardcore taking advantage of that with some heavy spam. But power gain from Mystic Dispersion still just feels really nice when you get it. When you get around Exploration, you took him down once with 5-star Hyperion. You took the Ultron drone with Hyperion? That's impressive, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like legit surprised. Must have had some really good timing around those regens. You used Symbiote Supreme. You didn't know what you were just doing. Ran out of crap, but like 50% each drive. It's not bad. I'm getting wrecked by this Captain America Infinity War. He's just chucking his specials at me, man. There we go. We suicide by now, Solar Flare. A surprising amount of people. Actually, my new alliance, there's like someone asking about the suicide masteries. I'm trying to convince him to run them. Not trying to convince him to run it, just try to convince him that they're worth. We had our fun. We're not going to do it. That's how I respond to Iron Man Infinity War fights, man. Pro strats, pro strats. Ooh, that was a real nice crack. Oh, I love that. Jay, did you see the game of gameplay of Mojo from Brian or Lags? Stouffer? Not yet. I'm not super particularly interested. I don't really spin features. I try. Well, it's been happening lately, but I just don't need a reason to spin calves, you know. And I have a really low willpower score, if you've ever seen. So yeah, I'm trying actively not to actually. But I feel like I've got a relative sense of how Mojo plays. I don't feel like I need to watch someone else play him, to be honest. He doesn't seem too complicated in my book. But is there something crazy I'm missing? Maybe there is something complicated going on there. He just seemed relatively basic. And again, you know, maybe I'll be more open-minded. Now you just use Ghost. Harry, yeah, Ghost is just a cheat code. That's the reality, especially if you have some of the synergies. FBI. What's going on with the FBI? Whoa. Not really, mostly basic, just hyped up. Yeah, Stouffer. I don't click on. I don't think Mojo needs to be hyped. He looked like he'll be about average, maybe above average. But hey, if there's something crazy, it'll come my way, I'm sure. How's it going, Sam? Just hanging out, man. Getting the grind. The never-ending grind. That was a good crack, Jay. Yeah, John Garcia. I see what you say. I see what you did there. No FBI, please. I would not appreciate it. I would actually be very sad. Those pranks are not funny. If you know what I'm talking about. I always feel really bad when I see those videos. The only thing you took away from the event is if they can make Mojo, they can make Professor X. Yeah, that's probably pretty true. I don't know what they would do with that. That's legit. Sam? That's not too bad. A few revives isn't the worst. It cost me a few revives as well. Kind of 3 more revives than I wanted it to, but it did end up costing me a few revives. Reckon it's worth 100%ing even if it takes more revives. Depends on how many revives we're talking, Sam, and are you using the boosts to clear? Particularly when you're having trouble. Those boosts should make a huge difference. Please, you know, the special objective ones. Because, like, generally speaking, yeah, it's worth 100%ing. The Love is a Battle Realm 3, the second, Harry. Stouffer, I guess. Maybe just making them freeze. That's it. Just freeze them and then walk away. Yeah, John Garcia, I'm pretty sure it's a crime, but any fake call to the police is considered a crime. Just in general. But swatting should be, I don't know. I just don't know why people think that's funny. I'll never understand, man. It's just beyond me. You would assume he had concussion as an ability. Harry, I would like him to have, like, just ability accuracy reduction, period. Just have it, you know? I don't know what they would do with Professor X, though. I mean, it would be neat to have him in the game. Maybe, like, Professor X pre-wheelchair. Just saying. It's a possibility. He could have, like, an ability to evade specials. He could have an ability to evade specials unless it's a bullet. He can't evade bullets. Who you use on that uncollected long shot? Atom Bomb, literally anyone. I don't remember there being anything too crazy about the long shot. I legitimately don't remember. I think the fight was relatively simple. But if there's a part of it that's giving you trouble, give me that in detail, and I can answer why I didn't have any trouble. Pretty sure mosquitoes would also consider swatting a crime as well. Solar flare, yeah, not wrong. He would just roll around in the wheelchair. Yeah, he would. Professor Xavier, his special one would be like summoning 3 X-Men to come and do the fight for him. So like special 1 would be Cyclops coming out and shooting you with a laser. Special 2 would be like Wolverine jumping down from the screen to like, full slash you. And then special 3 would just be like 4 or 5 mutants coming and pummeling you real quick. That would be Professor Xavier, I think. Pretty accurate. He'd have to have like minus 100% attack rating against Magneto, though. Call it like ultimate weakness. His floating chair from the comics, yeah, that's actually probably legit. I'm not the biggest Professor Xavier lore friendly. If it's not in the movies, I'm not familiar. How's it going, Russell Key? Welcome. Special 3, Kabam Mike stealing your cash. I thought that was Goldpool. John Garcia, pretty sure. Although I really like Goldpool's special 3 description. It's top notch, man, top notch. What is this arena? This is like the long shot arena, right? Yeah, so I gotta put like 4.7 in. I hate the featured arena weeks, dude. But couple days we're gonna have Warlock. Anyone else going for 4-star Warlock? I am. Me, probably put up like 3.2 million for him. Go pretty hard in the paint. Let's see. Sup, Jay? Damn, that ghost vid is in depth. Gonna have to watch it a couple more times. Yeah, man, Falcon. When I made that ghost video, I was, fully aware that there were multiple ghost videos out there. So I tried to make it as thorough as possible. I wanted to really make sure I covered as much of ghost as possible. And I tried to make it accessible. There's notes and timestamps and stuff, so hopefully you can pick around with it. But I'm glad that, it's helping you out. What is the description? John Garcia, Goldpool's special 3 description is Goldpool receives a call from the game developers and then annoys them into refreshing his prowess and regeneration buffs. 100% chance to inflict bleed, and this bleed effect is affected by prowess buffs. His special 3 is great. Just Goldpool receives a call from the developers and annoys them into refreshing his buffs. Classic. So great. Damn, Harry, you already have Goldpool. Just having Goldpool alone makes me super jealous. Professor X's special 3 would just access Cerebro. I guess that's one option. That's true. Sam, Warlock doesn't need Awakening. Nah, not at all. It's a little bit of extra damage. Notably, the reason I think it's important is it's extra damage in the fights where Warlock shines the best, which is Mr. Sinister and Havoc. It's extra damage in those fights. So I think it's super relevant, but it's not needed at all. You'd go for Warlock. The 4-star crystal's been good to you. Stouffer, he should be up in the arena, so hopefully you can get him. Probably going to be close to 3.3 million or something. It's going to be a high one for Warlock, I do feel. He's super high rated. Hold on real quick. An excellent vid. Thank you for taking the time to make it. Man, Falcon, my pleasure, dude. I really, really enjoyed doing so. Got to work on the next one. It's been a while since I've uploaded a champion up guide video. Let's see. I think that was my friend Matt calling, though. I'm midstream. How would I get gold pool? Ah, Harry. My bad. I misunderstood. How's it going, Capitan? I saw your Discord question. I answered as well. I don't really have suggestions on the destructive feedback node. You don't have anyone particularly good for that path, except for maybe Stark Enhanced. My recommendation there is still going to be to, hold off. How's it going, Luis? Miracle, welcome back. Wee Doll, yo. There we go. Whoa, I have him. I was lucky enough to get him from the 4-star crystal is what I meant, so there's no reason to grind for him. Ah, totally respect that, Stouffer. Good for you. You get to take a nice little break on this Warlock arena, because the 5-star feature is going to be Gambit. Which is actually pretty legit, if Warlock's the 4-star basic, people will be grinding him. It's okay to have a throwaway 5-star in between. Gambit's not that bad, Stouffer. Give him a little respect. A little bit. Just a very, 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 very small amount. He's got value in Variant 1. And that's worth mentioning. You have a 5-star Gambit, rank 3 at Sig 20. Why Sig 20? Dude, this Void... proper annoying, dude. Non-stop special throw. Jay, did you buy that Nexus Grandmaster Crystal? You should do it on stream, America. No. I'll buy the skill one just because I really, really need Aegon for Abyss of Legends, but I'm not buying the Nexus Grandmaster Crystals. They're kind of garbage. My opinion, I think they're garbage, but some people will disagree. Like, even the skill one's not really worth $5, but I need to scratch that itch. I'm not that rich, guys. I can't just buy every $5 daily deal. I gotta be selective with my whaling. Ghost Unawakened or Captain Marvel movie Awakened. Both as 4 stars. You have Wasp and Nick as a 5-star, rank 4 to go with them. Russell Key, Ghost. Hands down. Ghost, if you can learn to play Ghost, that 4-star Ghost is going to have longer retained value than Captain Marvel movie, namely because Ghost will still be relevant in Variant 4. She'll still be relevant in Variant 3. And there are multiple situations where I was just rocking Ghost. One of the things I always talk about is that I was using a 4-star max rank Ghost in Gold 2 Wars. So all the way up until Gold 2, you can cheese with a Ghost. As a 4-star. So yeah, just my thoughts on it at least. Yeah, Harry, I agree. It's been a little dull on the arena. Uranium, because for some reason everybody's trying to dip their hands into the whole online streaming video service, and what they don't understand is that before online streaming was fully a thing, online bootlegging was a thing, and now people are just gonna go back to that. So it's a vicious cycle. We just need to wait for it to go back again. Netflix was a really good idea as long as they were the monopoly on it. Now that you have to have 5 different streaming services, it makes no sense. If you bought every $5 deal every day for a year, you would spend $2K. Yeah, see, America? That's $2K I don't have. Well, it's $2K I wouldn't feel good about, I guess, is more accurate. I feel good when I'm getting something immediate value, but these $5 deals, they're very like RNG. If you don't even get like if you spin them out and you get 3 stars, it just feels bad. Like, you know? And even if you get a 4-star, like, it doesn't feel that great. It's not that bad. Like, $5 for a 4-star isn't the worst deal in the world. Especially depending on where your roster is. I'd say, like, if your roster's as developed as mine, they're a ripoff. But if you're, like, relatively uncollected or average uncollected, they could be optimally not that bad. You're super tempted to buy the tech one last night, and then you looked at all your techs: Ghost, Mysterio, Stark Enhanced, Iron Man, Infinity War, chance to get trash, and then you went to sleep. Harry, sounds like you made a good decision there, mate. If they were Cavalier Nexus Crystals, it'd be a completely different story. Stouffer, 100%. If they were Cavalier Nexus Crystals, I would buy them like that. But they're not. It's just the unfortunate reality. Florence Canal, we're talking about the $5 Nexus Crystal deals. The daily deals that Kabam came out with. Their latest cash grab. One that I'm actually okay with them cash grabbing, because I'm sure a bunch of people will buy it, and there will be lucky pulls out there, and there will be unlucky pulls. Ask your wife this question: what would you do, as in you, spend $2,000 on MCOC in all of 2020? I mean, I can ask. Lupe? Someone wants to know what you would do if I spent $2,000 in 2020 on Marvel Contest of Champions.
Shove my foot up your ass?
She said, shove her foot up my A. Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I've only been playing for 10 months or so. I've probably already spent $2,000.
No, you would be closer to like
$500 on July 4th, $300 on Cyber Monday, a whole bunch of money when we were still dating and you didn't have a track of my wallet.
No, but I feel like even then you're telling me.
No, not we. Yeah, well, you know what? I'm just gonna let it drop. That's less than Seaton spent in the first 4 weeks. Yeah, Stouffer. Seaton spends more than me in probably a month or two than I have on my whole account. It's just the reality. Must be nice to be a whale. Also, might take a little bit of the fun out of the game. To be Act 5, do you have to be good or be decent and have a good roster? You have to be... you have to be at least decent and really determined with a good stash of units. That was me. I had 1,200 units. I was decent-ish, and I had an okay roster. I like hard forced it. If you're trying to do it for cheap, you need to be good and have a good roster. But you can take the collector down without a good roster. It's just going to cost you, man. It just comes down to how many units you're willing to spend. I did my push with like a Vision, a rank 3 5-star Vision, a rank 4 Hyperion, 4-star Hyperion, a rank 4 Ronin, 4-star Ronin, a rank 4 Heimdall, maybe it was a rank 3 Heimdall, and one other champion I can't remember. And I like hard forced it for 1,200 units. Ooh, you got Namor and Nick from yours. Florence Ganov, congratulations. Congratulations, dude. Not super hyped about the Namor pull. It's a really good one, don't get me wrong, but Namor, dude, he's such an investment. It's hard for me to be excited for other people when they pull him, unless they're actively excited. And if you're actively excited, it's because you saved resources for him, in which case, good for you. But Nick, that's a pull, man. That's a pull. That was the best pause between my wife and husband I've ever seen. Also, dang, 500 on July 4th. Yeah, America. I was in a different spot when I worked July 4th. That was a period of time. I was working maybe 55 to 65 hours a week. And most of my overtime, like every time I made overtime, I would tell myself like I could spend like 25 to 50% of it, and it went straight into the phone. Straight into my phone. Don't regret a single second of it. But these days, like I still work extra hours, but I don't make overtime off of it. I just like work the extra hours, kind of a ripoff. So I don't have as much liquid cash to spend on the game. It's the reality. What's up, Jay? Rank 2 6-star Sunspot or rank 5 5-star Hyperion or Red Hog? I would rank 5 the 5-star Hyperion. I don't think Red Hulk needs to be rank 5 for almost all scenarios that you're going to use him in. And I just have trouble finding a lot of uses for a rank 2 Sunspot. I feel like the rank 1 will do everything you need him to as well. But Hyperion, Hyperion doesn't exist as a 5-star, as a 6-star in the game. And honestly, it's just a much cheaper rank up. You save that extra tier 5 basic. That's my thought. But, maybe some people will disagree. Let's see. Any advice to kind of start enjoying MCOC again? Uranium, figure out what it is about MCOC that's burning you out. If you're like someone who's really, really like disliking the game and might be like, hey, did you just play too much? Maybe it's time to set the game down and go full retirement for like a couple weeks. Or maybe just put the game down for like straight up a couple days. Like only do Alliance War and Alliance Quest and that's it. Don't even quest. And then pick the game back up in like a couple days when you've burned yourself out on another game. Maybe it's the arena grind. It's too boring. You really hate it. One of those kinds of things. You gotta first up is figure out what's burning you out. For me, it got to the point where I felt like I was just using items to clear content relentlessly, Uranium. And so doing Act 6.1 item list was like one of the most fun things I've done in a really long time. Act 6.2 completion was cool, even though I used items, but that was a completion run. But Act 6.1 item list was like the most fun I've had in a really long time. Just because there's a lot more pressure when you tell yourself, oh, I have to quit out if I fail. That's probably my first step. Dude, yesterday I was watching a random stream and the dude was using Ronan against the 6.3 Captain America Infinity War boss, and I was genuinely shocked how easily he can solo cap Infinity War. Yeah, Stouffer, that's a complete cheese. I will not be doing that. At least not for my completion. Maybe when I go back to do it itemless, I'll cave. But yeah, it's super, super cheeky. If it was cash, but I've spent that amount in app gift cards. Yeah, it's not as bad. I don't know how you got the app gift cards, because usually that costs money, but it is what it is. You think you spent around 400 units on Cavalier without including energy refills? That's not bad, Harry. That's actually really, really cheap. Russell Key, your only 6 stars are Hulkbuster and Thor Rags. Yeah, all the more reason for me to think you should rank 5 your Hyperion. Wait. Sorry, different person. Nix that. You have a night, you hate this stupid game because you need to pay to win. People like Jay make you hate this game. You have a night, I apologize. Nothing I can do about that, mate. Whales exist. People who spend money exist. And I'm sorry that you feel that way, mate. But, if you don't like me, you can always use Brian Grant as your shining beacon. He is a free-to-play player who doesn't pay to win. And he ended his alliance in one of the top 3 alliances in the game. And he pushes that endgame content just as well as anybody else, full free to play. So hopefully he can give you inspiration where I cannot. It's just the reality of it. You're 2,000s away from your next 6-star. Russell Key, well then I hope next month, in addition to the monthly uncollected, you also get like an additional 1,000 in the side events. So you can grab those 6 stars. Uranium, ever since you finished variant 3, you've been bored? Yeah, dude. I can feel that. You've only logged in for the calendar. Well, maybe it's just about waiting the game out. It's an online game. More content will come out. Your completion, you used Undupe Stark Spidey for that Captain America Infinity War boss. Still, for Stark is one that I don't have, but he's actually, like, I've seen some really good matchups of that fight. I feel like it would be a lot easier if your Stark Enhanced was duped. I know that, obviously you would have used him duped if you had him, but that fight just in general looks brutal if you're not cheesing it. I spent about $60 with F-Gift cards, hello, but those were gifts, but if I were gifted cash, my mom would be mad if I spent it on a game. America, I understand. I'm picking up what you're coming from. Yeah. Part of my whaling is in the form of gift cards. When I worked at Ingredion, I used to get bonuses in the form of recognition for doing above and beyond work, and all of that went into my game as well. Probably a good $400 or $500 that way over the course of 6 months. Not even 6 months, 4 or 5 months. I got a good $400 in what's called achieve recognition. So just because I worked so much at my work, you don't need to pay when you fall victim to MCOC, you might have to pay somehow. LOL. Yeah, Stouffer. The payments come. They get payment out of you, maybe not in the form of money, but definitely in the form of your life, part of your soul. Any tips for 6.1.3 Shadow 31 Puma? Is there any specific quest you're looking for? My biggest tip is probably make sure you have a response to all 6 bosses, because they're all a little frustrating. No worries, John Garcia. Get that sleep, man. Sleep well. You don't know how he does it. Arena, and he never spends. He's just got really good endurance. I feel like also if you go in and you never spend, it's a lot different than once you've broken the seal. Once you've started spending, I feel like it's so much harder to not. I can totally relate, but I don't know. Man just has more willpower than the average human being, I feel. He's just a beacon. A beacon for the free-to-play world. Do you think it's related? You're trying to become Cavalier. Oh, 6.1.3. I completely misread. Shadow 31 Puma. I thought that was 6.3.1. No, let me look into it in a moment. Shadow 31 Puma, and I'll see what I can do to help you out. 2 sigils, the $5 unit card deal, and that $10 5-star crystal once you hit level 60, which I can't use since I'm not level 60 yet. Here, that's not a bad amount. I don't even buy the sigil every month. I personally don't feel like it's worth. Not that I don't spend more than $10 every month on the game, just that I don't want to give Kabam a guaranteed $10 every month. Is that bad? Yeah, it's probably bad. I do think it's related to my champs. My pull had been static back when I was bored. I pulled Ghost and everything changed. Yeah, Uranium, maybe you're just fishing for that next exciting pull, and that's what you're hanging out for. How to pronounce the second part of the channel name? Silver. It's, unfortunately, it's just a remnant of my child days when I used to spell silver that way to be edgy and cool and unique. And mostly because in Diablo 2, I could never get the name Silver, just like regular silver, which is what I wanted because it was one of my favorite colors back then. But if I typed it in Sylver, I could get it. And if I typed it in Sylvr, I could get it. So I could have 2 characters with the name Silver, and it's stuck. It's still one of my favorite names, not gonna lie. Yesterday you opened a Doom Crystal and you awokened your 4-star Mysterio. Not bad, mate, not bad. Said no one. You can persuade people with charm to pay for MCOC addiction for you. I mean, Stouffer, no one said it, but Seaton definitely succeeded. Let's face it, Seaton has convinced the world to pay for his addiction, and that's wild. absolutely wild. Let's see. But Shadow 31 Puma, let me do this long shot fight real quick. And then I will jump into 6.1.3 and see if I can't help you out a little bit. Brian Grant is legit an OG. He's been around forever. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's part of the reason why he's kept up for so long. He's been hardcore grinding for so long. But the guy's a champ. So 1 to 10, how good was that clear video? Overall, America, I'd say it was like a solid 7. Understand that like a big part of that is like my expectations. Like I go in there expecting to see someone who doesn't know how to play Claire learn Claire. So I don't have like this expectation of you being like a god level player with her. But I think you'd really benefit not so much from like pre-planning the character, so much as just pre-planning things like the duel. And like now you have a dual tier list, so you can use that. And then like Winter Soldiers, like probably not the best matchup for Claire. It's just a really long one. Probably better off jumping into like regular act content with her. Or even like recording your gameplay not live. I don't know if you know how to like record your gameplay and then voice over it. That way you're able to like get some solid footage of you playing her and then go back and look at it that way. So yeah, solid 7. Pretty decent. Confess you got the sigil 2 weeks ago, but the value of what was expiring justified the money for the sigil. Other than that, you rarely spend. That $5 deal was too good to say no to. Oh yeah, that $5 5-star deal was insane. I bought that immediately. Didn't even have to think twice about it. Scene won't persuade me. Only people I've talked to a while I'll give to, such as you, Jay. Thanks, Merica, but to everybody who has ever considered donating to me, please just put the money on your own game. I don't need it. I don't do this for the money. I do it for the fun. And I'd rather hear about someone spending money on Cavaliers and getting something good or getting totally burned and share or wallow in it with you than see that money myself. Feels tainted. So this is the ghost path, huh? So I have to fix my roster real quick because I can't have Deadpool. Selling your full Sig Namor 4-star using resources to awaken and max out Omega. Have Suicides and Omega rank 4 or 5-star unawakened. Russell Key, awesome. I totally respect that decision. Like if I had to choose between Namor and Omega Red, I would choose Omega Red in a heartbeat. But Namor, even as a 4-star, does have some decent utility. Okay, this quest. I remember, yeah, so by far, I forget who asked. To the person who asked, by far you're going to want to take this outside path here for the completion. It's just by far the easiest. So you start out with this Ultron. Just make sure that you parry him at like a little before 50% and a little bit before 25%. And it's easy cakewalk from there. The global node is long distance relationship, but it's just a weakness debuff. So just periodically make sure you back off. And as long as you're baiting Ultron Special 1 and being... Ultron Fight, there's a little bit more. So periodically, you're going to want to back off the opponent to drop the weakness debuffs so that you're not like randomly getting destroyed by weakness debuff. But if you have willpower, you get like a permanent free heal this whole quest. It's really nice. This Ultron, you want to bait the Special 1 because... the Special 2 is just a little wonky to dodge, and if you're not really good at it, it's just easier to only bait the Special 1. The recovery means you just have to parry him a little before 50% and a little before 25%. Essentially, when he approaches those 2% hit numbers, he'll have processing pop up, which will give him a big heal. And if you parry him or stun him, quote-unquote, that is easily fixed. Venom Pool is a free fight. Both specials are easily dodged. This is Miles Morales. You just need an anti-evade champion for him, and you're totally fine. fine. My suggestion is to just block the special 1 and push him into special 2 if at all possible. Black Panther Civil War is a free fight as well. You either need consistent armor break or just to be a pro interceptor. If you can't intercept, just pre-block. And what I mean by pre-block is don't parry. You want to block before he attacks into you, bait a heavy, and then punish the heavy, and that's a good way to play that Black Panther Civil War fight if you're not good at intercepting. Next up is Groot. This is the last stick. Completely ignore that. Bait special 1s, win the video game. Next up is Storm. This is a free fight as long as you can dodge both her specials. This is Drax. This is a free fight as long as you can, physically run away. Next up is Thing. Thing is a relatively simple fight. If you have an anti-unstoppable, it's much, much, much easier, or a bleed, then you don't have to worry about juggling the whole rock stacks on Thing. But honestly, just learn to bait specials when he push him into 15 rock stacks and then bait specials, and know that you can freely hit into his block to generate power on him. And if you're like, well, I can't get him to block because hey, he's not at a bar of power, I have him at 15 rock stacks and I can't get him to block. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to dash back and hold block. He's either going to dash in at you or dash back himself. And you just keep on, every time he dashes in, you dash back, hold block, and he will either eventually dodge back and hold block himself. That's going to be a forced block on his part, and you're going to be able to charge in at him and then charge power that way by hitting into him. Or he's going to try to dash into you, and all you're going to do is just keep on parrying, dodge back, hold block. He will eventually give you an opening, I promise. And then finally is the Ghost. The Ghost is Limber, Aggression, Cruelty, True Strike. This is a free fight. You can use the special window openings to punish her as well. The Limber is okay. It's honestly not that bad. The major thing with the Ghost is just remember that you can't hit her when she's just standing there, but that's not a big deal. You should be okay. Hopefully that helped. It was like a hopefully relatively fast 6.1.3 rundown. I hope that helped. Which reminds me, you opened 3 Doom Calves. Whoa, I'm like way far back. How's it going, LJ? Good to have you here. Sigil is really good for progressing players around 3 4-star crystals every week. Once you get around the end of the game, the benefits really suck. Yeah, Harry, I still wouldn't know. I don't even look at them, to be honest. Which reminds me, Stouffer, you open 3 Doom Calves and you awaken your 5-star Night Thrasher. That's pretty good. OG Spider-Man, well, I guess if you like Spider-Man. Another 26 on your Magneto. Sadly, then from the 5-star feature Sigil, you pulled an Awakened Phoenix. Hey, dude, at least Awakened Phoenix can do something. You need her awakened to get any kind of value out of her, unfortunately. Whew, I need to breathe, dude. Talking too fast. True. Yes, you know how to voice over. Nice, America. Good. I look forward to that. Otherwise, it was really solid. So what from your 6-star? Yeah. Anything interesting about Mysterio? Pulled him recently on your alt as a 5-star, and you have no idea if he's worth investing into. Uranium. Mysterio is one of 2 champions in the game that has a passive heal block, which means that it can be applied through debuff immunity. It can be applied through notably variant 3 Kang. And then Mysterio has solid poison damage. He's not super worth investing into, but if you like the champion, he's totally worth it. Just saying. You took the Deadpool Av path. Let's see. Harry, I don't know too much about that path. That one might not be that bad. Jay's Inner Deepen just awakened, LOL. I want to see you get something good or get totally burned. America, I mean, is that a demon thing or an angel thing? I'm just saying. It could go either way there, Any spider traps bring even a 5-star 50, even a 4-star Venom will absolutely crush Man Falcon. The only problem is an Act 6 Man Falcon, you can't bring 4 stars. Jay sounds like every single teacher ever. Well, thanks, Harry. I'll have you know I was a tutor for 4 years. Thank you. Tutored math and chemistry and physics and English. Yeah, I tutored pretty much everything. Except for psychology. Never tutored psychology. Thanks. I'm glad I'm not monotone. Sometimes I feel like I am, but maybe that's just because I'm listening to my own voice. OG Black Widow is very good. Thing counter too, folks. I found out today her ability reduction stops the rock stacks accumulating. Oh yeah, man, Falcon. It's one of the like few values that Black Widow has. Dude, if she could just have a little more damage, she would be so good. Just a little bit. I love Black Widow. Dude, it's so hard to find a justifying reason to bring her up. You think you had Jay in 5th grade? He's a great teacher. Well, Stouffer, great, thank you. Don't recommend me to your kids, though, because I swear too much, I hear. J-Rock, how's it going? Good to have you. Shadow31, I did not buy the Mojo crystals, but I'm not going to lie, I was super tempted. Not because I have any desire for Mojo, but because I'm addicted to Cavalier crystals. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just the addiction. Yeah, man, Falcon. Kabam's Act 6 requirements are pretty rubbish. I don't mind the 5 and 6 star like limits as much as I do the gates in 6.2. I feel like the class gates in 6.2 weren't unreasonable in concept. Like if 6.4 came around, like right now, if the next quest had class gates, I feel like the community would be way less upset because like at this point it's like relatively accessible. We've seen so many upgrade materials and variants and possibilities to bring up rank 5 stars that like it's super accessible. But when 6.2 came out, dude, like people didn't have 5-star rosters. Even the whales, dude, were like, this is BS. But look at us now. People are itemless running it. BG. Love how you slowly add to the list of what you tutored, math and biology. You hate both. America, biology legitimately makes me fall asleep. Like I've woken up with my head in the textbook. I don't know what it is about that subject. I just can't stay awake. I'd like Kabam to tweak every 2015 champion. Nothing outrageous, just a little boost to help keep in the current meta. Man Falcon, they're working on it. Maybe not little boosts, but they're working on it. Kabam, if you like troll the forums really hardcore for the like updates and stuff, Kabam has a whole list of all the champions they feel are out. Like essentially every champion that's below average is on their list of champions they want to buff. And they're starting with the ones that are like full meme tier. Like Hulkbuster, Old Man Logan got that buff. Groot's on the list, Daredevil, Netflix, Black Panther, like all these champions are in line to get full reworks, like not even just like minor buffs to keep them in the game, but full reworks. It just takes time, you know, it's a lot of work and effort to buff up a champion. They got to think about the like impending impact on the game. They got to think about like, you know, there's probably only 1 or 2 people working on that entire project and then coding. Like, there's so much coding. It's total BS, and it's so easy to break the game. And then they got to think about, like, uniqueness and just overall general balance. So, but it's coming. We could be excited. I'm looking forward to it. I'm saving a 3 to 4 gem for Hulkbuster, so you know I'm excited. The addiction won't start for you until you get suicides, Harry. Then you'll quit all your life goals and spend everything on caps. Harry, dude, I can't even tell you not to, man. That's what I did. So, you know what, man? All I gotta say is do it. Just do it. Hashtag Nike. Sorry, Nike. Looking at variant rewards versus 6.1 rewards, it's not attractive, but you need to get through Act 6 to get the juicy exploration rewards for 6.4. I really like the variant rewards, Stouffer. What about them don't you like? Is it just like the amount of effort? I felt like variant had better rewards in 6.1. Well, maybe not 6.1 exploration, but variants felt faster, I think is the word I'm looking for. You've woken up with my textbook having a puddle of drool. Yeah, been there, man, been there. Jay, if I wanted to donate to the stream, where and how could you do it? Shadow 31, it's non-existent. I have methods that you could use, man, but I'm not in it for the money, you know? I'm really not. I'm really, really not. You'd have to convince me that you like really, really wanted to, man, and then I'd still feel like I'd have to do something to make it worth your while, you know? That's just the reality of it. Dude, George Perez, Groot is like, he's one of the champions who just deserves a rework. Like, I feel like Groot was really, really loved in Guardians of the Galaxy, and it's just so disappointing how bad he is when you think about the fact, like, of how badass of a scene Groot has, and like how much of a mark he made on the community. Like, I don't know, man. Like, it's okay that Drax is meme tier, and it's okay that Rocket Raccoon is just okay. Gamora is like relevant. Star-Lord is super valuable, or for a long time was like one of the most valuable champions. And then it's just like Groot, dude, like completely non-existent. Full ripoff. Full ripoff. Oh, the 6.1 rewards are met. Yeah, Stouffer, dude, I feel you. I feel the same. I feel like 6.1 could have used a little bit of love. I don't think the like completion and the exploration rewards for 6.1 were bad. I think all they needed to do was put a little bit more on all of the paths. Like, if every single 6.1 path had a 3600 chunk of tier 2 alpha on it, I think it would have been okay. Because like that would have been an additional tier 2 alpha for every quest essentially. And like, that's okay, you know? Or maybe like a few 6 stones, like a +5 6 stone crystal on each path, something like that. Just think it's super reasonable. This just in: retired tutor tells social nerd to quit all life goals and keep his wallet open and bank accounts empty. Harry, the only positive thing I can tell you is that you know, I wasn't a tutor for money. I have 4 years of tutoring experience, but it was all for free. So that's how you know my motivations and my intentions are selfless. So you can take my advice and my really, 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 really bad life experience advice, and hopefully pull something God's here and then stop. Because you should stop eventually. I haven't. I've pulled multiple God's ears, and I'm still pulling calves, but you should stop eventually. You've seen ILAC and Super Gaming do drunk streams. Would you ever consider doing one in the future? George Perez, it's not that it's outside of my domain to do a drunk stream. It's that I don't drink anymore. So I guess in that regard, no. Let's see. The last time I drank... Lupe? Last time we drank was what, like November? Yeah, I haven't had a drink since like November. And before that, not since my wedding, which was like in August. You know? No donations. Jay, you're doing YouTube wrong. Nah, Solar Flare. I think I'm doing YouTube right. YouTube's gone way into monetization. It's just not the way to do it. Like, YouTube's gone the way of donations, and that's the wrong direction, I feel. The way YouTubers should make their money is by putting out good, consistent content over and over again without clickbait, without, like, tricking their audience into watching the video for longer than they need to, and just, like, putting out good, consistent videos and then letting advertisements do the work, you know? And then the way the viewers and like subscribers support the channel is just by enjoying the content. They don't have to do anything special. They just show up and say, yeah, I liked this. This was good. And then YouTubers profit. And the more and more it pushes into donations, the less and less I like appreciate YouTubers. And it's coming from someone who's donated, dude. I've super chatted. It's fun. But super chatting and just general donations are two completely different things, I feel. Super chatting is like, hey, I want you to read this message. And donations is like, hey, I want to support you. But just watching the video, man, is all the support a YouTuber should need. Just my thoughts. Shrax over Groot any day. Yeah, J-Rock, that's the problem. How are you gonna... Although Drax does have some solid one-liners. If you haven't had a chance, watch like the video of like famous like lines in movies that were unscripted. Drax has some of the best ones. In Avengers, I can't remember if it was Infinity War. I think it was Infinity War. They're like, where's Gamora? Who's Gamora? And Drax responds, what's Gamora? And it turns out that line is completely unscripted, and it's like one of the funniest lines in the whole movie. This no retreat Sabretooth is triggering you. You ran out of units, and he's at 20,000 health. Uranium, who are you using, mate? George Perez, thoughts on Longshot going for 40 million? It's possible. We've seen instances of like crazy hyped champions going for really low the second time around just to like community lack of interest. I think it's possible. If you don't have to put units up and you just have to put time up to get to 40 million, it's definitely worth the shot, right? Take the risk. Uranium, tempted to leave the quest. Yeah, don't feel any fret leaving that quest, man. 6.1, getting to that Sabretooth is not that hard. And just remember, it's only 30 units to retry and get to that Sabretooth. Whereas if you like sit and wait, essentially after 7 hours, you've lost the value of like not quitting out, you know? Yeah, Uranium, you're sitting on no units, no items. I would just quit out, man. Quit out, come back in a week. Just relax, enjoy the game, reevaluate your roster. The biggest question is, who are you bringing? Ghost. Just Ghost? No one else? How's it going, Nigel? Good to have you here. That's why you need to save as much as possible. You want to see MCOC, please show them while they're at the hospital for their dialysis. Stouffer. More like, what's a hand doctor called? Lupe, do you know what a hand doctor is called? Maybe that is dialysis. Let's look up the word dialysis. Excess water and toxins. Wow, savage calling them toxins like that. Hand doctor. Yeah, orthopedic. Wow, crushed it. More like while they're at the orthopedic. It's why is Gamora Harry? Dude, I'm a fake fan, man. I'm a fake fan. Heartbroken. I'm a little hurt. I'm a fake fan. It's been a long time since I've watched the movie or the video, but damn, props to you for having that. Space Ghost Rider to enter the contest? What? Space Ghost Rider? Precocious Death Dealer. Bro, how is your English so good? You look Mongolian. I mean, well, despite the like incredible stereotyping there, one, I'm Korean. Two, no matter my ethnicity, anybody could be good at English. It's got nothing to do with the way we look or appear. But three, my English is this good because I'm adopted. So I've been raised in America since I was about 1.5 years old. So English is my native tongue. And we'll leave it at that. Hopefully by this week you can open 2 4-star crystals and 1 5-star crystal. Well, Weedall, good luck. I hope you pull a, let's see, for the 5-star crystal, I hope you pull Corvus Clave. And for the 4-star crystals, I hope you pull a Quake. And then immediately after pulling Quake, I hope you pull... Ghost Rider. There we go. If you get one of those 3 champs, let me know, Weedall. Or if you get something better, let me know. How's it going, Joe Mama? Good to have you, mate. How was work? Harry, you don't seem very bothered mentioning that you're adopted. Ah, yeah, Harry, that's because I'm not. I'm not ashamed of being adopted, mate. I lived a good life growing up, for the most part.
My dad tells me I was adopted just because he doesn't want to claim me.
Yeah, and I could have that instead, and that's coming from someone who's not adopted. I don't know if you heard. I think they heard. Can I have the water? Or can I have one of the milkists?
Yeah. Want the apple one?
No, I'll take one of the other ones.
You taking the apple one and be happy about it.
Okay, thank you. No work today, Joe Mama, because of President's Day? Oh, no, wait, Canadians wouldn't celebrate President's, and it's Tuesday. I'm stupid. Why no work today? Didn't hear. Solar Flare, my wife said that her dad tells her she's adopted just because he doesn't want to claim her. Bro, I knew it would rub you the wrong way. Chill, I'm Asian too, living in the UK, just another MCOC addict. Precocious, yeah, I got a little sensitive there. That's fair. I'll give you that. I'd like to think I cooled off pretty quick, though. You live in the UK? Do you have a British accent? Growing up, I wish I knew how to do a British accent. British accent, like I can't even do an Asian accent, man. It's that bad. My French accent is okay, but not great. And even then, dude, it takes me a little while to ramp it up. No, just slow right now. Uranium, yeah, Kabam did try to make a joke with the love juice. If you read the side event too, they make a lot of quips this month. They did not hold back. Someone at Kabam, like one of the writers, got to like, whoo, they got to go crazy today. I'm just saying. No shade at Jay, he's a cool mofo. Thanks, Stolfer. But I've never foed a mo in my life. I would have no intentions of it unless my wife has a kid. Then I would be a cool mofo.
Speaking of which.
What?
Surprise!
No, you're kidding, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god! That was mean. Solar Flare, your parents always thought you were adopted because your mom was white and your dad was black. Yeah, that's going to be tricky, especially depending on how your skin tone came out there, because it could go either way or land smack in between, and then it's like no one will believe you. Almost like you read my mind because I needed a new Cosmic and you need a Mystic because you don't have any in 4-star and 5-star and you actually want Quake for a while. Good, Weedall. Well, then I hope that's what you get. And if you get all three of those, it's because I shined Kabam's shoe, like Kabam Mike's shoe, perfect today. I mean, like, if there was a perfect way to shine a shoe, dude, I hit that. I don't know what that means, but I did. You had a British accent until you were about 4. You had no reason to have an accent. Solar Flare, that reminds me of the bit where it's like the parents only spoke in a British accent until a kid was like 10 because they wanted the kid to have a British accent. I got baited. What do they say? 1 in every 2 relations are related to Genghis Khan? I think it's 1 in every 3. 1 in every 5? About in 2003, 16 million present in about 8% of the men in a region of Asia. 8%. So 1 in 10, 1 in 12, technically 1 in 12. Pretty crazy, dude. Genghis Khan, terrible level to be at. But that does remind me. Hold on. Stupid evade. There we go. You mean the jokes Kabam inserts in the event announcements kind of remind me that they're human? Yeah, Uranium. Sometimes it almost makes you feel like they they have clever story writers. Because sometimes, I don't know if like maybe they're alternating or something, but sometimes the story writers are like on point. Dude, there was one where when Namor came out and Invisible Woman came out, they were making nonstop Little Mermaid references, and I was dying. Bro, not all British accent is posh as Americans assume. There are many accents in UK, considering working class, e.g. Cockney. Yeah, no, not even. I wouldn't even need a posh British accent. Just an accent in general, man. My voice is very, I don't know. I feel like my voice is very bland, but maybe I'm just biased. There we go. What? Oh, talking about Genghis Khan. I'm like, what are you guys talking about? He spent a month in Mongolia, and the way Genghis Khan is spelt is different. So I keep seeing the name and didn't know who it was referring to until I realized it was spelled differently. How do you spell it, Solar Flare? And while we're talking about the adopted thing, I do have a funny adopted story. So both my parents are white. Like, I'm adopted. And my parents would come pick me up from school, right? And, like, my mom would pick me up or my dad would pick me up. And, like, eventually people would be like, hey, Jay, I don't want to be rude, but, like, I just wanted to know, are you adopted? And I'd be like, why are you asking? Well, I see your parents pick you up and they're both white. So I just wanted to know, like, how come you're Asian? And I just figured, like, maybe you're adopted. And I'd be like, nah, man, I'm not adopted. Like, my parents aren't white. My mom is Asian. She just looks white. She's really fair-skinned. And people would be like, what? And I was like, no, obviously I'm adopted, dude. I'm Asian and they're white. Like, come on. Just cracks me up, man. Cracks me up.
I would have said you were the mailman's child.
The what?
The mailman's child.
There you go. You know? I could be like, you know, my dad doesn't like to talk about why I'm Asian. Genghis Khan. Okay, that makes sense. Is it pronounced the same and just spelled differently? Was it a poor translation? Bro, I feel those bots are busted sometimes because I was playing arena grinding and was fighting Iron Man Infinity War. He was low. He literally hit me with a parry every time I attacked, and you ended up losing. Wee Doll. When Iron Man Infinity War is low, if he's awakened, sub 15%, he gains armor up buffs. As long as he has an armor up buff, he has a 100% chance to auto block. And when you're going up against a AI that's PvP based, it will be a parry every time. So when you're going up against Iron Man Infinity War, if he's awakened in arena, you need to end the fight with heavies. People can be gullible. Exactly why sarcasm is useful. Dude, sarcasm is one of the world's greatest inventions. You're being stupid. How's it going, Double P? Or a good one. I don't know if y'all are remember South Park or if you're familiar with South Park, but South Park had this episode back when I was in middle school that came out, and it was Cartman going around telling people, haha, you're adopted, your parents don't love you. It might not have been South Park, it might have been The Simpsons. Point is, it was some popular cartoon. And at my church, this one guy, this one kid thought it was funny to, like, he thought it was hilarious. So he was repeating it, and he said it to me in my, like, little church group, and all the other people, like, knew that I was adopted and he didn't. So when he did, I was like, dude, like, I'm actually adopted. It was just a really funny, awkward moment. Life stories, man. It's life stories. Every adopted child has a funny story to share. Wee Doll, yeah, that's exactly why in 2-star arena I actively don't use my Iron Man Infinity War, because like in the higher star versions you can like have champions that are okay against it and like the points are just worth it, but in the 2-star arena, dude, it's just not fair and it's not fun. And if everybody stopped using their 2-star and 3-star Iron Man Infinity Wars, we wouldn't have to worry about it in the arena. That's also why you'll all, like, if you ever watch me fighting an Iron Man Infinity War, you'll see me straight quit the fight because it's just not worth my time. Dude, I'm gonna die to this Kingpin. ISO 8. Rough. Same with Moscow. It's Moskova. Yeah, but we say and spell it differently. Do you think 5,000 4-star shards is worth the legendary in the black ISO market? Nigel, no. But I value the ISO and SIG stones that you get out of opening additional 4 stars. Personally, I don't even value the 1,000 5-star shards you can get for the 2,000 4-star shards. But I don't even know which streaming service owns it at this point. Yeah, Uranium, dude. Neither do I. It was in Cartman and South Park who was saying it. Good mouth, Man Falcon. I've never seen the specific episode that bit is from. It sounds like something South Park would say, you know? It's either South Park or The Simpsons, you know? Like, it's one of those two. Those are the only two characters of, it's either like Cartman or it's Nelson. Those are the two voices in my head that I could imagine saying that. I love these things. As if cane sugar is any better than corn syrup. Still is. Isn't South Park still going, Stouffer? Do you want a chair?
Yeah.
Hey, Jay, did you get made fun of for being Asian as well? People always say you eat dogs. Oh, yeah, Harry. I grew up in a predominantly white neighborhood. I went to a school where there were like, I think 5 Asians. Me, my brother, Lester, Josh, Moeda, Andrew Sam. 5 Asians in my elementary school out of 30 times 4, 120 students. So 5 Asians at a school with like as many other colored people as 5 Asians. It was like 100 white people and 20 colored people. So you can imagine the amount of jokes that went around at an elementary school. And even in high school, dude, like there were racists at my high school. Not like just like teasing, like there's people who make fun of you and then there's just straight racism, man. I got into a couple fights because of that.
That's when you grab them and you rip them off their chair.
That's when you slide kick them and knock them over. But yeah, similar thing. You know, people duck out fast. Also, do you recommend anything good that you could watch on Netflix? Uranium, I don't own a Netflix account, nor do I have someone else's Netflix account that I could use. So unfortunately not. Actually, wait. I think one of my friends is watching Your Lie in April. It's an anime. If you like anime, it's really, 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 really good. And it's making me cry just thinking about it. Your Lie in April. You just ate your parents. Funny and scary. What? Terrifying. Oh, because his profile picture is a reindeer. You spend more time looking for stuff to watch than you actually do watching it. Uranium, you just described 80% of Netflix's user base. And then they all turn on The Office anyways. I think so. I don't watch it anymore, though. Yeah, Stouffer, I haven't seen a South Park episode in a long time. Not since I was a kid with cable. Now I don't even have cable. The TV, not cable. The champion? Did you win the fight? Solar Flare, some of them I did, some of them I did not. I wasn't exactly a talented fighter. Stouffer, no, I did not. Like I said, I wasn't a talented fighter. I didn't really learn how to fight until college. And by college, I stopped fighting. So, I learned to box in college.
I just had really violent siblings.
Yeah. But even then, that's not like learning how to fight. That's more so just learning how to hit people. Learning to fight and learning to hit people are two very different things. I don't recommend violence ever. It's a good way to get in trouble.
Knee for the gut and the throat.
Knee for the gut and the throat, yeah. No one wants to fight Asians. You all know karate? Good, I will own that. I don't know karate, but I would like to maintain the intimidation factor. Jay, that was a South Park episode. Oh. Fair enough, Double P. Shows how much South Park I watch. getting removed in 2021. Yeah, probably because The Office wants to take their license and put it on a different streaming service for more money. Because let's be real, they probably could get a lot just for that. Doesn't stop people from messing with me, I don't feel. AKA Rocky. Dude, I was more of a cult person. If we're talking Three Ninjas. Also, the Three Ninjas are all white. I'm just saying. Hey, Ray, that works really great if you yourself can control your anger. Young one. Dude, I have not dodged a single one of Doom's specials. Please don't, Heavy. Thank you. There you go, Double P. There's a joke video of a guy who goes around trying to pick fights with people, and he's wearing like one of those like barely covers anything unitards, and so he tries to get people pissed off to the point where they want to fight him, and then when they're finally like amped up and riled up, he's pissed them off, and they're like ready to fight him. He like takes off his shirt and his pants, and he's like virtually naked. He's like, "Let's go, and the people just run away. I don't know why I think that's so funny, but I think that's funny. What do you use to watch your anime series? Solar Flare, a website that doesn't give proper credit to the anime companies because I'm a bad person. And yeah, I am. K-pop, what's up? How's it going, Ad Tokyo? Yeah, dude, K-pop I feel has blown up in the last few years too. It's gotten super popular. Three Ninjas, you feel old now? I mean, Double P, I'm only 24 and I know about Three Ninjas. So, you know, you don't have to be old.
What's Three Ninjas?
You're old. You're so old that you don't know what Three Ninjas is?
Wow.
Three Ninjas. We'll watch it. It's this movie about these three white kids, Rocky, Colt, and Tum Tum. Spanning ages, and it's essentially white kids know karate.
So, Karate Kid, but more whitewashed.
No. Karate Kids.
Karate Kids, but more whitewashed.
Yeah, it's what called Three Ninja. No, it's Karate Kid. I felt is more whitewashed. This is more like semi-seriously taking it.
Is there a Mr. Miyagi?
There is a karate teacher, a sensei, but he's not like super present usually. It's usually just the kids. Like he's present in the first like 15 minutes of the movie, and then it's just the kids.
Jay's wife don't watch it.
Look at my face, I am Asian. Quote from They Call Me Bruce. Dude, that makes me think of Ip Man. Ip Man is one of my favorite martial arts movies. That and crap, what's the name of it? Kung Fu Hustle.
Hi, Solar Flare.
Someone say hi to you?
Yeah.
Aw. You had Pirate Bay, cough, cough. Pirate Bay's okay. No matter what, you gotta accept that any anime streaming site is gonna have its own ups and downs. Your fair share of times when you made an ass out of yourself, but as I get older, people and everyone just needs to chill, all about the peace. Yeah, Stouffer, my thing is like, is it worth the effort? I mean, sometimes it is. I'm a little hot-headed, but it's not supposed to be. Don't watch it. You can't get back that Double P. The Three Ninjas is a great movie. She would enjoy it. Have you seen Cobra Kai? No, I haven't. I've seen it and I've heard of it, but I have not seen it. Beverly Hills Ninja, that one is amazing. Have you heard of Beverly Hills Ninja?
It sounds like a movie that I heard and decided
Chris
I would
Farley is the Beverly Hills Ninja.
Oh.
I fluffed your pillow.
Don't.
I fluffed your pillow.
Don't finish that quote. Clone Wars, I have.
I've not watched Clone Wars. Nobody West is my brother. There you go. I love it. I love that we can all bond over terrible karate movies together.
We'll have a day where you suggest a horrible movie, I suggest a horrible movie.
There we go. We can do it. What I like about Chris Farley, rest in peace, Chris Farley, because that man was hilarious. What I like about Chris Farley is that he literally played himself. Yeah, you gotta know the Buddha fist. The Buddha palm.
Kung Fu Hustle. I feel like I know that one.
That's the one with the lovers. The guy, the kid who learns the Buddha palm. The old man kicks all their asses. It's like a joke kung fu movie, but also not.
Yeah, and then it had like a scene where like the two landlord couple were
Yep.
fighting with the big old bell. Yeah.
The lovers.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. They Call Me Bruce is one of those un-PC 70s 80s comedy movies about a Chinese guy hired as a chef for the mafia who has to help deliver some special flour, aka cocaine. Alright, I'll look into it. Who's in it? I mean, I'm assuming Bruce Lee, right? Solar flare. I feel like that was a legit question, but I still thought it was funny. No, me and my twin were adopted together. Funny story about that. So when my parents went to adopt us, they originally only wanted to, like, they were only trying to adopt one kid, right? So the adoption agency was like, here's an Asian kid who's almost 2 and he's going to meet the cutoff. He won't be able to be adopted internationally. And in Korea at the time, there was like a flood of children in the adoption agencies. So it was very unlikely that I would be adopted. And my mom was like, aw, I'll adopt him. And so they get like a month into the adoption paperwork. She's already filled everything out. She's paid all the expenses. And they're like casually like, yeah, so we'll bring the kid over. It's just unfortunate. We're still looking for someone to adopt his twin brother. Yep. And my mom was like, twin brother? And they're like, oh yeah, we didn't tell you? The kid you're adopting has a twin brother. Hopefully we can find someone, and then maybe you can stay in touch with who adopts him. And my mom was like, no, I'll adopt both of them. And that is the story of how me and my twin brother got adopted. My mom got totally bamboozled. Too nice, too nice. Huh?
Tell them about the third one.
The third one?
Mm-hmm.
The one at NIU?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, somewhere at the school I went to, in NIU, there was a third person who looked just like me and my twin brother and was not either of us. So there's a third one of me existing out there, so there might be a triplet. The one where he stomps everyone's feet. Yeah, Stouffer. That one scene in Wayne's World 2. I don't remember the scene in Wayne's World 2, but I do remember when he stomps on everybody's feet. That bit's funny. I think my favorite part of Kung Fu Hustle is the lovers and the fact that her, like, the female's power or ability is literally a loud scream. Like, poor guy, poor husband. Damn, they didn't tell your mom about the third one. No, Solar Flare. And as luck would have it, all 3 of us ended up going to the same school. Crazy, huh? Oh, damn, they didn't tell your mom. Let's see. Would you log into my account and do 5.2.4 for $20? Sorry, YM Orb. I'm not a merc, my friend, nor do I recommend it. And even if you were going to merc, like, 1, I don't recommend it because it's a good way to get your account banned. And it takes away a lot of the satisfaction. But 2, if you are going to merc, I would hope that you would be a little more discreet about it than asking on a live stream. Because that's a good way to have a bad time, you know? if you're gonna do it. Bunch of nobodies in it. It's more of a stereotype movie based on the hype about Bruce Lee and how every Asian knows some martial art. Okay, man, Falcon. Still, I can find humor in that. But I found a guy who looks just like one of my friends and dragged him through the mall to meet my friend. It was funny and kind of creepy. I mean, kind of creepy until he meets his doppelganger. Jay doesn't want ILAC on his case. Exactly, Solar Flare. I'm not intimidated by Kabam, but you know, the instant you say ILAC, I'm like full gone, man, full gone. Ugh, it's almost 10 o'clock, man. All right, I gotta close the stream out. So we'll grab these rewards. Ooh, we got some good rewards coming my way. All right, let's see what we got. Other ILAC may have done alcohol on his stream and drinking, but do any of the other YouTubers do Milkus? Dude, this is some pretty intense stuff. YM Orb, you'll get there, man. Sometimes it's just about staying patient, grinding the monthly event, pushing the arena, and getting, extra champs. Who's your champions, man? You know? If you're stuck on 5.2.4, it might be a roster question, less a skill problem. Although, it's usually a little bit of both. I'm glad you like it, Joe Mama. I enjoy you guys. You guys keep me entertained. I got through all of those 5 stars with, only losing a little bit of my sanity. See, that's a pretty good trade-off. I think I can push to a 5-star tonight, so we're going to try. First, I want to open up these uncollected arena crystals. I'm due for like a good 300. I haven't gotten very many units in a long while, so I'm like waiting for that big pop. It should come. And then I'm going to hopefully see where I'm at on the 5-star. Come on. Ooh, I'll take that. Dude, I'm okay with that. That puts me up to like 7, I think. 8, nice. That's essentially 150 units, but I'll be pushing a lot of content, so I'm okay with that. 7.5, 2,500, so I need 210. I need 10. I've got 8. All right, let's spin them out. We'll see. I'll spin the 4 stars out, and we'll see if I can get lucky on the dupes. Yeah, Harry, when you spin the uncollected arena crystals, they come in sets of 5. So that's pretty typical. So spin these 8 out real quick. Come on, give me a max sig crystal and all dupes. All dupes. I don't think that's any max sigs. Darkhawk maybe. We might just be a meme close. Okay, 1 max sig. And I think that's all we needed. Whatever you get, I get. That's not quite all we needed. Okay, so I need to spin out some premium hero crystals. Pop another 4-star real quick. Let's see if the live stream luck is real. Here's hoping. Live stream luck is real, but spelled with R-E-E-L instead of R-E-A-L. No 4-star yet. Let's see. You haven't ever been lucky enough to pull refills from the uncollected ones? I think I've only done it. That was probably my 3rd time ever, Harry. It's not as lucky as you think about it, right? Like, it's only 150 units, and it's forced on energy refills. This is perspective based. Still, I'm proper happy about it, because for me, it's essentially just 150 units, and I'm okay with that. See, you're using a 5-star Corvus, 4-star Blade, 4-star Bearded Cap, 4-star Wolverine, 4-star Warlock. 4s are maxed. Yeah, YM Orb, sounds to me like you might just need to practice, and then push forward that way, and you should be able to get through Act 5 relatively fair. And then once you're comfortable, You can do like the first couple fights without dying, then you just boost up and push your way through with some units grinded from the arena. Nasef, how's it going? You're just in time for the crystal opening part of the video. If I can open a 4-star, I'll be popping open a 5-star any second now. Hey, Namor is a max sig crystal. All the more reason to sell him in a few days. You've popped millions of battle crystals and have never gotten refills, but you're pretty lucky with the units. Yeah, dude, I'm still feeling the burn on the units. I think the last like 40 or so crystals I've opened, I haven't gotten... I've gotten like 75 units, so I'm feeling a little bit ripped off. That's okay. Just opened 14 arena crystals, got 15 units. That's rough. But then you do. All right, so let's spin this 5-star crystal out, and then we can piece. Here we go. Jay treats Namor like meme tier. Yeah, I do, Harry, because he totally is. Totally is, unless you you max sig him. But it's hard to hype a champion. You have to max sig. I'll take that. I won't take that. I wouldn't have minded sigs on Claire or sigs on Colossus. Hulk's a new champion, man. It's there's definitely worse out there. There's definitely worse. New is the excitement I should be over, Dr. Daniel. That's like I said, there's definitely worse, but like it passed over Claire and it passed over Colossus, and I would have loved those 6 stones, man. The more and more 5-stars I pull, the more and more I wish I had 6 stones. So yeah, that said, I'll talk to you all later. Thank you for being here. Peace. Have a good night.